So my theme is machine translation in Russia. So brief history of creation. Machine translation is a subfield of computational linguistics that investigates the use of software to translate text or speech from one natural language to another. So in the 1950s, machine translation became a reality in research, although references to the subject can be found as early as the 17th century. The Georgetown experiment, which involved successful fully automatic translation of more than 60 Russian sentences into English in 1954, was one of the earliest recorded projects. Researchers of the Georgetown experiment asserted their belief that machine translation would be a solved problem within 3 or 5 years. So in Soviet Union, similar experiments were held or performed shortly after. The sensational success of demonstration in 1954 attracted the Navy and the Central Intelligence Agency and other similar departments. But such structures did not want to pay money for this project. Here, the unexpected help was rendered by the USSR. The father of Soviet cybernetics, Alexei Nakhunov, drew attention to the article about the Georgetown experiment and soon created a research group at the Mathematical Institute. He was followed by Dmitry Panov from the Institute of Precision Mathematics and Computer Science. And by 1958, there were 79 different institutions which engaged in machine translation. Studies of 18s were based on the translation of linguistic units from morphological, syntactic, and semantic analysis. The first commercial products of machine translation, which found practical use in Russia, appeared in the mid of 1980s. So here are modern commercial products of machine translation offered by domestic firms. First one is Vista Technologies and Adventist. Далее Prompt, formed in 1991, and Media Lingua. Такая помарочка, они настолько, ну, как бы, не знаю, старые, что даже картинки было сложно найти на эту тему. Вот. Так, so Russian systems of machine translation. Russian scientists have created 4 generations of translation software. The first generation. In 1991, the 1991 was marked by the appearance of the package prompt, which means programmer's machine translation, version 3.0, running under DOS, which was aimed at translating software documentation and didn't have the ability to update or correct the dictionary. In 1992, the stylus package appeared, which included a utility for dictionary correction in accordance with the subject area of the given text. So next generation appeared in 1994, users met a full version of stylus for Windows with the built-in editor, the ability to save elements of word formatting, such as software architecture allowed to organize data transfer from the Microsoft Word editor and provided translation of text of various subjects. So next is the third generation. In 1996, a 32-bit version of stylus appears under Windows 95. And its architecture was based on the core of the translation called Giant technology. This technology provided a single shell for translating, editing the results, and adjusting dictionaries of any language pairs. And the user can access to translation kernel from a variety of applications. So, and the last generation, the program translator of the last generation of prompt 98 consists of 3 components, united by a shell. Сейчас маленькое отступление. Shell в данном случае, в общем, программа-переводчик 4-го поколения состоит из 3 компонентов, объединенных одной оболочкой. Просто если какие-то непонятные, да, технические моменты. So, united by a shell, prompt, the environment of translator, file translator, an application for batch processing of a large number of documents, and web view, a browser with simultaneous translations of HTML pages. So, and next, I would like to tell you something about Yandex Translator. So, Yandex Translator is a Yandex web service intended for translating part of a text or web page into another language. The service uses a self-learning algorithm of statistical machine translation developed by the company specialists. The system builds its correspondence dictionaries based on an analysis of millions of translated texts. The text for translation computer first compares with the base of words, then with the base of language models, trying to determine the meaning of the expression in the context. So it should be noted that the translation function of the pages received in the search results appeared in 2009 and was implemented on the basis of prompt technologies. But now Yandex Translator built into Russian Wikipedia and that's it. Now translation is available for 95 languages. You can see it on the slide. Not all of them, but a lot of them. That's it. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions.